roll, and this will be way more winging it than usual. What up? DTM style. Yes, we have a live studio audience, and it's gonna be fun. You know, we had a food class yesterday with Lou Corona, and it was fantastic. What do you guys think?
It was amazing.
Epic.
Awesome.
I decided to keep around a couple of the prettier girls just to help me clean up. Aren't I a smart guy? Anyways, thanks for your help, ladies, today. The kitchen is finally clean, and there's some leftover stuff here, and I just wanted to take that opportunity to make a laid-back, low-key Life Regenerator episode. So thank you for joining me today for that. Before I get started, though, I want to let you know something. You're really going to want to be a part of the Insiders Club, because in a couple of days, I'm going to post a video that I made with Lou Corona. We were busy from 6 in the morning until 3 at night for all 3 days that he was here, just helping people, planning, shopping, getting everything ready. So we didn't have a chance to make any YouTube videos, which is really unfortunate. But I did manage to squeeze an Insiders Club video out of him this morning while we were half an hour late getting to the airport, and he barely made it to his flight, but that's okay. We got the Insiders Club video coming in a couple days, so go to the link down below. The Insiders Club is free. You know, I get these weird comments, you know, it's free. Go join and get more free videos from Dan, the Life Regenerator. And we talked about constipation, why people get sick, why they're clogged up, and what they can do about it, all in about 25 minutes. So be on the Insiders Club. It's just a great way to get to know me a little bit better personally, and then I slip in some real cool videos like the one with Lou Corona. So all you insiders, make sure you got your eyes peeled on Wednesday. And for everybody else who might not know, Detox Mastery DVD is ready to roll. So if you want to detox, go to the link down below this video and get the 21-day detox program and clean out your body. Okay, today I'm going to take over some of the leftovers that we have from the food class, because I hate to see food go to waste. Kale chips are next. I'm going to make Cool Ranch kale chips out of the sesame and coconut yogurt that I got over there culturizing on the table. But anyways, today is going to be a spicy curry cracker, okay? Savory vegetable cracker, totally vegan, raw, dehydrated at low temperatures. I'm just going to get started because I know your time is precious. So what I've got here is this ultimate powerhouse of the pumpkin and the sunflower seeds. You combine these two together and you are really able to maintain strength and excellent integrity of the skin, the hair and the eyes, and it just really helps to build muscle too. So for all you young guys out there, soak your pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds together, combine those, blend in a little parsley, and have a great snack. But today I'm going to use these for some crackers, so I'm going to put those in first. And that's, if someone wants to transcribe this down below, you know how much I appreciate when you do that to make it a little bit easier for everyone else. And then what I can do is take my little recipe book over there. Yes, I'm finally, after all these years, writing a recipe book, believe it or not. And then I can go there and copy the recipe. I'm going to do 1 cup of soaked sunflower, 1 cup of soaked pumpkin. Okay, then I'm going to do 1 cup of chopped zucchini. Okay, and that's going to give the cracker texture. All right, great. Thanks, Dara.
Yeah, welcome.
Sweet. So we're going to have it transcribed right here, and you'll see some of those recipes are coming together. And then that's 1 cup of chopped zucchini. Then I've got 2 cups of chopped carrots. The smaller you chop the carrots, the quicker the food processing is. I'll probably take a little bit of time today to just process it. Now I'm going to take some of this sage here, which is really nice to add to the cracker, and just some of these bigger, fatter, plumper leaves on the top. That just gives a nice flavor, nice essence to the cracker there. And that's just a little handful of sage. Dried is fine, fresh is best, always. I'll put that in. I got 4 cloves of garlic. What I've got here is about a 2-inch piece of young baby ginger. Now you can use, baby ginger is a little bit more of a kick. And the ginger most of us see is the older, more mature ginger. It's a little more woody, but it's still got a nice kick. But I like to get this at the Asian market. It's got a little bit more pop to it. To throw that in there, that adds to the whole curry essence of it. And that's just a 2-inch piece there. I'm going to add these purple onions. I'm just going to add, you know, they're going to be very oniony. And that's how we do it, but I'm making these recipes as I go, and I don't make mistakes. All the crackers are epic every time. This is just like the mastermind here happening. So 2 cups of purple onions. If you wanted a little less oniony, just put 1 cup. But I know this is going to work out great. It's going to have a nice snap to it. Now I've got 1 jalapeno pepper. Okay, this is what's going to make these nice and spicy. Okay, 1 jalapeno. This is 1 serrano. And this is 1 cayenne pepper, and then this is 1 Thai pepper. I should throw a habanero in there. Let's do it. You can leave out all the hot peppers, or my suggestion for the average person who isn't insane is to just add to simply add 1 jalapeno. But I like to have fun, and everybody comes over and they're like, holy mackerel, did the crackers, did you have one yesterday?
I did.
Pretty good, huh? Those were the savory vegetable and basil crackers. And so this is a habanero, so this is going to have a nice kick to it. And next, I'm going to throw in 1 cup of dulse. And that's going to add some minerals to the cracker and some excellent flavor, as well as some delicious crisp texture once it gets dehydrated. Okay, so that's 1 handful or 1 cup of dulse. Next is I'm going to throw in a ripe fig, just 1 big one. So probably it looks like about a half a cup of chopped fig. Okay, and we're moving right along here, and then we're going to do just a little bit of sea salt. Probably 2 teaspoons of table salt, or of table salt. Yeah, right. Himalayan fine pink salt. Table salt. How did I mess that up? It's been a long time since I said that. Iodized salt. Iodine is a necessary nutrient. No, this does not have iodine and necessary nutrients. So make sure you get your seaweeds, iodine covered. Now this is some curry. I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of this, because I want this to have some nice flavor. This is simply organic curry powder, but any good organic curry powder will work. Now next is the hard part, which is going to take some time, and I may end up pausing the video and doing a second and maybe even a 3rd clip so that I can spread the crackers. I know everybody really appreciated that last one. This may take a little time, so what I'll do is I'll take a break, straighten this up a little bit. I'll get this all wheeled up. It takes a little bit of time to get it. You get your little spatula. And this is just good for not the hot peppers and stuff, but for kids or anybody who's, you're trying to get them off gluten, additives, preservatives, all that stuff. This is just a nice, more organic, no chemicals, whole foods, and then you dehydrate these and you just throw a bunch of veggies on top, make veggie sandwiches, and then the vegetables kind of reconstitute. It's a good idea when you're eating the crackers to drink some water before. But if I were to eat crackers, which I don't very often, actually I'll tell you a secret that I just told these guys here. That I've made crackers 100 times in my life, 100 batches of crackers, since I had this dehydrator. And I never really eat my own crackers because I live off like juices and fruits and the occasional salad. So I rarely eat crackers. But a few weeks ago when I got back from New York after I had just eaten a Pure Food and Wine and went on a major binger, which I don't recommend unless you want to learn the lesson to say, I'm not going to do that again, at least for a long time, until I get suckered into it by my own self. But Sophie and I, we had a great time. I kind of messed up our last dinner at Pure Food and Wine, so this year I had to make it up to where I went in there. I tore the place to shreds. I ate everything in sight that I normally would never eat. And when I got back, I was kind of still had that salt and nuts and all that, and I thought, well, what the heck? Before I get back on my program, I'm just going to try my own crackers for once in my life because I want to see what they're like. Because I always go, it's like, yeah, I make all this food. Like, I'm the chef that makes all this food and never eats it. Now, that being said, you know, why do you do that? I don't know why I do that, but because I eat a certain way. It's taken me so long, and then if I eat the heavy stuff, you know, I feel it. And I'm always the type of dude who's like, let's do this, you know, let's go to the top and progress. It's like evolution. So you don't want to go back down, you know. But now later on, when I achieve my goals of like a complete regeneration of the brain and the heart and the glands and the nervous system through the fasting and cleansing process, then I might use these foods later on to build up my body with the soaked nuts and seeds and whatnot. But, so there's different phases in the raw food thing. That's why nobody's got the one dude, they're over here, and they hate everybody over here, and it's this guy's wrong. But if you want to be smart, I think you should be like DTM and understand all the aspects of raw food. Detoxification, fasting, maintenance, and building. See, once you got all that down, which I would consider myself an expert in all of those areas, then you can be like a true raw food dude or dudette. Can you dig it? So there's no one right way, because I know a lot of the people that think they're going to eat this way the rest of their life. They don't. Nobody ever does do that, because everybody evolves and all the stages of life require something different, as well as different environments. But there's one thing that for me, no matter what environment I'm in, whether it's 120 degrees or it's 20 degrees below, I know how to stay raw. But the diet's going to be different. So it helps to have all those skills. That's why as soon as possible I'm going to get into the studio and film Raw Food Mastery, so that I can talk about all those different phases of the game, so you can be more educated, erudite, and sophisticated in the raw foods. Because when you eat the raw foods, you don't destroy your body with the cooked minerals and stuff. But if you're always heating up your food past a certain temperature, you are really destroying a lot of the principles of the food. And the fats, and the proteins, and the carbohydrates that have been high heated, especially the minerals, which lose their frequencies when they're heated up past a certain temperature, then you begin to have the lime deposits, calcium deposits, ossification. That is what the doctors term old age. It's not chronology passing of the sun spinning around, or the earth spinning around the sun, but it is just the ossification, the degeneration, the accumulation. And that's what we talked about in the video with you this morning. Why people get so backed up and they can't take a poop, except for maybe once a week, or have to use harsh laxatives because of the stress and the wrong types of food that were never meant to be inside of a human organism whatsoever. So this is looking pretty good, and it managed just that I didn't have to take a break. And it went pretty well, and there was some good stuff coming through there. So I hope you might have learned something. But keep your mind open, because we got to forward ahead like pioneers. I got great friends like Robert Morris, Tavis, Lou. Everybody has a different way. But when you hang around dudes like that, you pick up through osmosis, and then as you mature yourself, you're like, yeah, but I got a whole different message. So you step into your own, just like you need to step into your own. Not your mom, not your dad, not your mentor, not your grandma, not your brother, not your sister, not what they want from you. But you emulate those qualities of those people that you want. You take what you want, but you make your own message through your own heart. Then you become your own person, standing on your own ground. And you might say to even someone that you love so much, like, Lou, I don't agree with that. Or Tavis, I don't agree with that. Or Robert Morse, my experience is different than that. Or I have a different message to share, you know? And you become your own strongest, best self, instead of, I'm getting on this side of the fence and I'm going to stay there and I'm going to worship this one guru and these one principles, and then I'll never veer from that. Anyone that doesn't do that is obviously wrong, and how stupid could they be? You know, now that is BS. But everyone can see through that has the eyes to see through that. And what I want from you is to be able to see me, where I'm really coming from. Open-minded, yet strong in my message. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Word. So let's rock this thing. Now I'm going to set this camera up here and show you how we do the spread, because that's another beautiful part of the art. Now this is an art, my friend. If you're still here watching this video, you know that by now. Ladies, would you give me a smile? Can you smile? Look at those people. Look at them. They're beautiful, and they helped me clean up this house, which was a mess. But yesterday's class was wicked, huh?
It was awesome.
Lou was on point.
Really
we were just making some great food. So this is my other little, whoa, how am I going to do this? I guess I went a little bit. So this is how I do it. I'm still adjusting the tripod, everyone. DTM, unedited. You gotta love it in some strange way. Here's that clean house. We're gonna go and have a movie here pretty soon. We still got a little bit to do, actually, to be honest with you. But now what I do is take this thing here. Just a minute, I'll let you keep looking at the pretty girls. That's what I do. So I hope you guys aren't too embarrassed. What's your name?
I'm Claire.
Claire, you're awesome. You've been a Life Regenerator viewer for quite some time.
That's right.
And now you're in my house, seeing the behind the scenes. Who are you?
I'm Dara.
Dara, you're awesome too.
Thank you.
Thanks for your sweeping technology. Now.
I'm a professional sweeper.
Really?
Yep. After this house. Yeah.
Cool. Here we go. Yep. Check it out, y'all. Move this. Last time I did it, I had a chance to set it up, but I'm just going by the wing. So I'm gonna do. That's not really what I'm hoping for. Just give me a second, y'all, and I'll get this video done in under 20 minutes. That's cool. Maybe we could move that garbage out of there, out of the shot. Anyway, just try to make some sense out of that, y'all. But check it out. Here's the next thing. Isn't that I mean, that's beautiful. Now that's a pate. Now that's going to be a spicy pate. And it's pretty good, right? But, so you could spread that on your lettuce, which I made a curry pate for the ladies today, and they tore into it. And that was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
and
it's long gone.
Yeah, this is a pate here, and you could spread that on lettuce or dip your vegetables in that for the kids, without the hot peppers, obviously. When you dry it, it's not as hot. Let me grab my thingamajigger here and spread, and I'll show you. You've seen this before, you're going to see it again. And this is the art. I like to make the crackers get thicker and thicker as I go along, because I find as you dehydrate them, they get thinner, but it's nice. I mean, you can just make them nice and thick, and sometimes you get some chunks in there like this, where, you can leave, that's too big. Like, I leave some of them in some of the time, but it's, I take the bigger ones out. Anyways, this is just going to be nice. It's a little wetter than usual. Not sure why that is. See some of the bigger chunks, they just don't get hit. And so I'm just going to go along here and...
This looks like bread.
It is kind of a bread. The thick, when I make them thick like this, they end up, they'll dehydrate down to about, half the thickness. At first I made them really thin, but the thicker I go, and then they, and then I'll show you guys actually what happens here. This is what it ends up being here with this thickness, which is so it goes down to about half the size. This is a nice savory spirulina cracker. I got so many crackers recipes coming, it's crazy, for the book and for the DVD coming up. So anyways, I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but I'll show you that what you do is you just play with it, keep spreading it like it's thick here, so you bring some of it over into the corner, and you look for the thin spots, and you just get it as uniform as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now I can and I will spend another 5 minutes working this out, getting it as nice as I want, and I can go along and make it as straight as I want. And then there's a little tip I want to show you before I let you go, and make sure that you sign up for the Insiders Club and share this video with your raw food friends so that they can hear that one little message about there is no one right way, because there's the detox phase, there's the athletic phase, there's the building phase, the maintenance phase, and there's the environmental climate type consciousness that you have to have, and there's different ages, and there's a lot of things you want to know about how to make the living foods work for you. Tavis loves the oils, Lou doesn't. Some people like just the fruit diet and they stay skinny year round and they have great cardio. You know, it just depends on what your trip is, man. But the best thing is to learn to master it all so that you can be the best you can be on the raw foods, because there's one thing that's for certain, and that every animal on the planet eats raw living food, always has, always will. So it is a law of life on this planet. The human beings are insane to think that cooking their food, but then they leave their lives like half as short, and they're not quite as well. They never get the radiance that they deserve. They never get the clarity or the vibrational frequency to rise up to a higher level and leave behind all the junk. So anyways, let me let you go now and get on your raw food program. And these are the transitional recipes here that I like to share because it's an art for me. I'm going to put this in the dehydrator and I'm going to let you go. So thanks everybody for watching this video. Make sure you're part of the Insiders Club. Look how beautiful that is. It's perfect.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, I forgot to share with them one last thing. Sorry, y'all. Anyways, this is DTM style, and I know it's got to be entertaining in one way or another. So I could go like this and make smaller ones, or I can go in thirds. Oh, shoot, I could make some big old fatties, like huge sandwich breads. I'm going to try that one of these days. Like a huge... I'm going to try that. Let's see, like how... I'm going to do this. Like, watch this. Look how big these ones are going to be on this side. I've never done this before. I'll just do this with part of it. And so you just score it. And that way then, as it's dehydrating, it'll break. And it won't break in the size that you want. But if you score it like this, they will, as they dehydrate, you'll have a pretty good situation. Those aren't very uniform. But anyways, so those will dehydrate. And they'll break off easily in the size that I want them. But over here, I may end up going like this a little bit more and just make a big O sandwich with some fat vegetables. Boom, baby. Do it up. Okay, Life Regenerator is out of here. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to entertain, inspire, and educate. Edutainment. Pretty good, huh? All right. See you later, baby.